awfully quiet.
Hello! Hello! Ah, yeah. Are you the person who is in charge of the Universal City Hall? Ah, good. This is the mad scientist Baron Aloha talking to you. Listen, Domkov, I have question for simple favor.
In the backwater reaches of the galaxy lies a tiny planet known as Little Moo that is used by Baron Aloha as his secret hideout. The Baron returned to his home away from home to rejuvenate from a recent beating he took at the hands of the feet of that heroic battle buddy known as Robert. He was in the process of inventing a better, stronger, more absurd way to overthrow the universe when Little Moo is visited by a stranger. In fact, there is nothing stranger in the universe than the creature known only as Captain Kabuki. Tipping the scales at a whopping 220 bazillion tons, he uses a kung fu grip
It is club shit up.
Chicago to shred Little
Absolutely.
Moo and add it to his fantastic collection of bottled wonderlands. Using his keen sense of villain timing, Baron Aloha hastily departs the scene and lands upon a small asteroid. Unable to cope with the monstrosity that is Kabuki, he calls Universal City Hall and begs for help as his beloved hideaway is made into so much Swiss cheese. After listening to the Baron's plight, the interstellar dispenser of justice decides to send the only being capable of dealing with a menace such as Captain Kabuki, the freedom-loving, robo-heroic Robert. Tuned up and ready to go the distance, Robert leaps to the scene.
Yeah, they did have some fun.
Flash 2.
They did have some.
Trouble in Little Moo.
They did have some fun localizing this, didn't they? We're checking out Jumping Flash 2, just because I think it looks a little more striking than the original, but it's very, very, very similar to the first Jumping Flash. If you were in for the last section when we checked out current early access indie game Forza Polpo, you'll know that this game inspired Forza Polpo, and that they are both first-person platformers where you control a funny little robot that looks like an animal. And now we're going to see ours. There he is. I love that little guy.
Let's do it.
So as you can see, looks very similar, doesn't it? More beachy vibes, always a good thing. One problem I have with this game is that I never want to kill the little guys. They're so cute. Also, I do apologize if there's been any audio weirdness today. Still have a couple things to work out on this first swim. But that's okay. I'll be back. Jumping Flash 2 has this interesting double jump mechanic, where you're able to jump once and then twice high in the air. And on your second jump, you aim downward. This was Jumping Flash's solution. Oh, thank you for following Bjork and Fork. The second jump, the camera pans down with a shadow. That's right, it helps you navigate and aim your jumps as well as land on enemies. A really interesting and kind of convergent evolutionary sort of deal when compared to your standard 3D platformers like Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, et al. From this era. This is what 3D platformers could have been like in a world where Mario 64 didn't exist. And I like to think about that.
Got another.
Also, the kind of free-floating, surreal nature of Jumping Flash lends itself pretty well to the PS1, which wasn't exactly as well equipped to handle big open environments like Mario 64. If anything, Jumping Flash reminds me a bit of Ape Escape, which would come a bit later, in terms of aesthetic and level layout. Although Ape Escape does a little bit more of a better job trying to tie everything together, but... Oh, you can jump 3 times in the first one. Let me see if I can do that. We do have underwater gaming. Oh yeah, you can. You can jump 3 times. I stand corrected. The frame rate is unlocked, which is probably a little bit nauseating for some folks. It's such an interesting part of, I don't know, game mechanics semiotics, right? I'm so used to a double jump, I didn't even think of pressing the button a 3rd time.
Stop.
Hammer time. Aqua time, probably. No, I don't think I want a hammer. The UI in this game is really, truly adorable. I love the strange little bear hanging out at the top of the screen. I have some items that I don't really know how to use. I'm gonna try. There we go. You can spit clown balls, that's good. Robert has a Mr. Bucket mode. I suppose I probably should find that last moo-moo, shouldn't I? The goal here is to collect all the moo-moos in a level and move forward. Nice and simple. But it does have some sort of puzzle platformer elements to it that I really like.
Got 'em all.
Oh, there he is, Baron Aloha. Can I shoot him? No. You can jump on him, though. And here we are. Oh, a bonus world.
Bonus.
Ah, I gotta shoot all the balloons, I see. I do feel like the first-person aiming does make this a little too easy.
Beautiful.
Trackmania Canyon. Oh, I do love Trackmania games. They are something special. There's a recent DLC announced for Forza that has Hot Wheels tracks in it, and I think Hot Wheels cars. That looks very Trackmania, and I highly recommend people who have the appropriate hardware check it out.
All right.
My kingdom for a Figma or Nendoroid of Robin. It'll never happen.
Let's do it.
Oh! Well, that didn't go so well, did it?
One more time.
I love all the low-poly little props they have around. I don't know what it is, but the entire look of the game, which kind of reminds me of early, VR chat programs in the 90s. Oh, that burger was just waving at me. He wasn't doing anything wrong. Poor guy. Something about the low poly count and how sparsely populated this world is makes all of the props in it feel just a little more special. Ooh, well, that's exciting. See, this burger isn't even doing anything. Oh. What was that? Somebody shot a missile at me. And that dodo, or that kiwi rather, he's just skydiving. Here I am interrupting their vacation. Oh, do I have to kill him? I really don't want to. Oh yeah, I guess, violence on Aqualounge, that's a thing to talk about. I'm not opposed to violent games, but I don't think I'm going to be bringing anything particularly gory to the table, just because that's not the vibe I want to go for, I don't think. That said, if there is a game like, I don't know if it will be a good fit for this stream, just because of its, episodic nature. I don't think I'm going to be serializing a lot of games I play, so longer narrative games might be off the table, or at least discouraged. But games like The Silver Case, or Flower, Sun, and Rain, which I love dearly, even though they are very mature in their subject matter, do have a very striking aesthetic that I don't think would be out of place here. So I think my mileage is going to vary regarding violence. But if it comes to... Oh, there I go. Too bad. I don't think I'll be playing Cross Sneak Plus on the aqualounge. I don't know, maybe I will. It just feels a little weird, you know? Hey, maybe it'll move a copy or two. I'm not above that.
Got him!
I do love these sky whales. I'm gonna hitch a ride. You know, I learned something really funny about the Tingle Tuner. Well, not the Tingle Tuner, about Wind Waker the other day. The Wind Waker was originally supposed to be a theremin. I found that out watching Did You Know Gaming. Small world. Shigeru Miyamoto made sure that didn't happen. Buzzkill.
Another!
New Zachtronics game. I respect what Zachtronics does. I think their games are objectively design masterpieces that are very watertight, and there's nothing quite like them. I do not really enjoy playing them. They are not my thing. And so I probably won't be featuring the newest Zachtronics. That doesn't mean it's bad. One thing... Oh. Bad jump.
One more time.
One thing that's I'm not afraid to shy away from with aqualounge is that this very much is my taste. This very much is what I'm feeling at the time. If I don't play a game or I turn down a submission, it's not because I think it's a bad game. It's not because I think it's no good. It's just kind of about my taste, I suppose. And that is one of the whole premises of the stream. Is it for being kind of a curated content stream? And for the aesthetic and what I find compelling about the aesthetic of the game, even if it doesn't necessarily match mine one-to-one, to be a part of the appeal. And I hope folks understand that, and that there aren't any hard feelings.
One left.
I do love that rainbow effect. I wonder if it's done with some kind of palette cycling. That's the thing about the PS1 that I love so much. In a lot of ways, it's a very dumb machine. It's not particularly intelligent. It doesn't have a hardware Z buffer. But it is very good at putting a lot of triangles on a screen. And having some direct draw commands. And I think the simplicity for a lot of developers, especially early on in early 3D... Sorry, Kiwi, I have to take you out. Oh, there he goes. Off into the abyss. Compared to the N64, and particularly the Sega Saturn, I feel like the PS1's simplicity was really liberating. That was one of the things about it that led to so many small shops making games for it, and why you'll be seeing a lot of it on aqualounge. There's still so many weirdos in the PS1 library that haven't been explored. And I think it might be my favorite system of all time for that reason. There's a sort of innocence about it, and people just trying whatever, throwing it at the wall, and seeing what sticks.
All right.
We are all dumb machines.